And we're off here at the Junior Inter-County Football held at the Bignell Park. Orkney in red, of course, playing up the hill, and Shetland in blue defending and going down the hill in this first half. The change was made. I don't know which team actually won the toss there to decide to change ends, but change ends we have. We're here at, as I say, at the Bignell, and joined by John Copeland. How look at that, John?
Oh, fine. Good day for a job here. It's a pity it's so windy.
Yes, blustery conditions indeed. Yesterday would probably been a better game for a day of football, but the boys will be undeterred by the weather, I'm sure. We're underway here to the scrappy period of play on the far left as we're looking at it. We'll run through the teams for those who are watching at home. Orkney start in a 3-5-2 shape. Robbie Adamson is in goals. George Wiley, captain Aidan Cooper and Bradley Cormack make up the back three. We've got Louis Hancock, George Ewing and Thorfinn Scott in the midfield. Brogan Russell, we're thinking starting on the right, and Ashton Bruce on the left, but that of course could change. Connor Harkis and Max Linklater up front. Lovely ball from the Shetland left back up the left. As Aidan Cooper's going to see it out there, I think. He does indeed. Oh, number 10 for Kobe Sinclair just nearly bumped into a pram there, but everybody's okay. Shetland, they're going with 4 at the back. Seth Stronach is their goalkeeper. Brooklyn Chattel and Fraser Watt are the fullbacks. Johnny Murray and Magnus Grains at centre half. Jack McShane's their captain. He is number 8 in the middle alongside Hayden Jamieson. Kobe Sinclair, we're expecting maybe slightly further ahead of them. Joss Hattrick and Ewan Irvine right and left wing. And Seb Inkster is up front for the visitors. There's a touch of the ball there for Bradley Cormack. He lays it off to number 6, who is Thorfinn Scott. Thorfinn Scott could be an important player in this game, John.
Yes, quite a few of that boys are new playing in the A-League, young to be playing in the A-League. It's grand to see them all progressing through the age group.
That's right. I think, well, probably the same for both teams in that these boys are really quite talented and playing at the highest level they can in their respective A-Leagues. I mean, Orkney, obviously we're seeing a lot more of them, but a real core of boys that's playing week in, week out, whether it's A or indeed reserve football.
Yes, it's surprising how many are actually playing in the league. It must be about 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, Cora, a good team there. George Ewing, of course, alongside Thorfinn Scott in the middle there. He's now eligible to play for East United and made his debut for Wick Academy during the winter. So let's see what impact he can have on the game. Of course, Shetland similarly blessed with a lot of talent in their side. Neither team really taken a grip of the game yet. It's very much been bogged down in midfield. A healthy crowd here at the Bignell Park. All 4 sides of the pitch lined with spectators, whether that's on foot or in their vehicles. So hopefully they get a decent game for their money. Brogan, Ashton Bruce. Here comes. Is that a late challenge? Stevie lets Stevie Cunningham in the middle. He let play develop there for a few moments, but brought it back. Number 8, I've got doing is Ashton Bruce on this right-hand side. John, am I right with that? Is it Brogan? Is that Brogan Russell? They've changed numbers again, surely. Okay, so Brogan Russell, flag goes up on the far side. Gary Fubistor on the far side line, and Liam MacArthur on this near side, making up the refereeing team with Stevie Cunningham. So lots of experience there. And looks like Robbie Adamson in the goal for Orkney will take the kick. Have, of course, another East United player getting exposed to a loose pass for Wiley there. Straight to Ewan Irvine. Wiley makes up and is able to get the by kick as well. Well recovered for Wiley. Wiley playing, of course, for Doomby, following in his ancestors' footsteps, John.
Yes, George, his father, played a long while.
Yeah.
He played once against Shetland for the senior county, played twice, I think, maybe for the junior county. And his uncle Robbie, he played for the junior county as well.
All right. Well, George got a bright future ahead of him. I think we're all hoping for. If you can get a few of these boys to come through and play senior county, that's always a always a good thing. Max Linklater, of course, signed for Thorfinn this year. Brooklyn Shuttle on the right hand side there for Shetland. Will take the throw. I've got to run through some of the Sheltie boys here as well. I think Brooklyn plays midfield for Lerwick Thistle in the senior league, but he's being employed at right back today. Up and under for Cormac there for Orkney.
Good challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a late one for Shetland there. Yeah, Stevie rightly calls that one indeed. Nothing really, just neither team's really settled down yet, John.
No, I'd like to see it on the deck a wee bit more. It seems to be pumped through the air a wee bit. But they'll settle down in a minute or two.
Captain Cooper takes the by kick, just a short ball to Wiley. Wiley, he goes for goal. I don't think he was aiming for it, but he had the keeper Stronach backpedaling there for a moment. But yes, a miss-hit cross rather than a inventive shot there, I think. So Shetland playing down the hill here at the Bignell for the first half. Shetland, of course, on a really impressive run of wins in this fixture. Orkney's not actually won this the football part of the Stewart Cup since 2016. So it kind of goes without saying, Sean, that they'll be looking to put that right today.
Yes. Showing me bias that I would like to see Orkney win it. I think this is the strongest side I can mind for a considerable number of years, actually.
I would tend to agree with you there indeed. Yeah, it's a real core, a good team and good subs as well. You've got real talent on the bench. Cooper, did he foul the Shetland? I thought he maybe had a had to his shirt there, but Stevie Cunningham wasn't moved by that. So here comes George Ewing, but a second bite of the cherry, straight out of play. I think Cooper just got caught the wrong side there, and I just wonder if he maybe had a peedy tug at the shirt, but he managed to recover and got away with it, I think, there, maybe, John.
Yes, they'll need to watch the pace. That two boys up front there are pretty nifty for Shetland.
Absolutely, but the Orkney forwards, no slouches either. I think Connor Harkis, of course, a sprinter in his own right, and Max Linklater, a really impressive athlete as well. Yeah. So just to give you a taste of what the overall picture is here, this is it's always an important fixture, John, but in terms of the Stewart Cup, this is really vital. Shetland, or Orkney, 19 points ahead in terms of the overall standings here. So we're football, and with football it's 5 goals or 5 points a goal. So 2 or 3 goals can change everything in this fixture.
Yes, that's right. 5 points a goal makes a big difference to the final score for the Stewart Cup.
But of course that we'll just keep an eye on this corner. Shetland get the first corner of the game to be taken by Hayden Jamieson. It's low, it's very disappointing. He'll be looking for better next time. Ashton Bruce comes out with it. Thorfinn Scott wins it in midfield. Lays it
on the deck, that's better.
And a nice ball with outside the feet, but just Connor Harkis couldn't wrestle free of his markers there. But the right idea, a long ball looking for Irvine on the left hand side here, but straight through to Adamson. So Orkney 19 points ahead in the overall standings, and that was in no small part by a first win in the swimming for multiple. That's a tough challenge in the middle there. I think it's an Orkney throw. The Orkney Junior Intercounty page has it as 27 years. The Shetland has it for 33 years. The first Orkney win in the swimming, John. So I'm not sure what one of them's right, but what a win, and first time in decades. I mean, that must
tremendous.
Shetland's in some domination of the swimming, yes. But Orkney's got some really talented swimmers there. No, here comes Max Linklater on the right hand side, but number 4 for Shetland, Magnus Grain scarpers across to knock it out for a Orkney throw deep in Shetland territory at the top end, or what I would call anyway the top end of the Bignell Park. Wiley on the throw, looks for his striker, but headed out. Number 7 for Orkney is Louis Hancock. East United again, a real core of East talent in the side. Now Cooper's been outpaced by number 9, Seb Inkster, but he recovers well. Yeah. Like you're saying, Sean, the pace of this forwards for Shetland's going to be really worth keeping an eye on.
Yes, Wiley's no slouch, and that boy took him and Cooper for pace, no bother.
I wonder if we'll see one of them drop into maybe a sweeper role as the game goes on, because that's a couple of times they've been in behind, not in behind, but just a foot race, as it were.
Yes.
Number 2 on this left-hand side for Shetland is Fraser Watt. He throws it in towards his striker. Can't see him. Number 9 is that Seb Inkster. So here's Max Linklater in on the right-hand channel. He's really composed defending by Johnny Murray there. Murray leaves it off to Kobe Sinclair. Kobe Sinclair gives it to his centre half, that is Magnus Grains. Magnus Grains on to Brooklyn Shattle on the right hand side. Nice play by Shetland here. Brooklyn Shattle forward with the ball in to Seb Inkster. Can he keep it in? He does indeed. And it's Storms withered by Orkney there, but a nice period of play by Shetland, that, John.
Yes, yeah, that number 9 again. Proven difficult to handle, that Seb Inkster. Looks a
Wiley nods
talented it. Boy.
Can't get it too far. First hit on goal, but it doesn't trouble Adamson in the Orkney net. 0-0 with about 10 minutes gone. Yeah, going back to that swimming, Sean. I mean, I didn't catch. I wasn't able to go, but it sounded like some atmosphere on the live stream anyway.
Yeah, it always is at the swimming. Atmosphere, of course, low roof, but there's some racket. It always. I
suppose Orkney, when they've got talents like Eve Wood and Alfie Price, it's they had to get a win eventually, you can. So that puts Orkney 19 points ahead after. Here we go. Oh, he's up and under. Oh my God, that came out of nothing there. Ewan Irving on the left hand side rose high. The ball bounced in the box. He rose highest. Excuse me. Nodded it well over Adamson in no man's land, but it bounced on the 6-yard line and up and over the goal. What a let off for Orkney that is, because that would have been a really scrappy goal to concede there, John.
Yes, I've seen that happen, not very often, but I have seen it happening. You're instructed when you're young, head it down, and you headed it down and it bounced and went over the bar. The ground must be hard out there.
Orkney, Shetland having the better of the play here for a few minutes. It's still 0-0 here. Cooper clears, it'll go out for a Shetland throw deep in Orkney territory. So 0-0 it remains. Shetland with the first real chance of the game. Ewan Irving will be he'll have wanted done better there. But as you say, he's headed it doing words, but just a bit too much power and up and over the bar, and it remains goalless. So Shattle, I think the right back will take the throw here. George Ewan, close, and he's gotten too close to the Shetland attacker there. So Hayden Jameson, number 6, will get a chance to dink a ball in, just outside the far side 18-yard box. That was Ewan just got a bit too physical, a bit too close to the Shetland attacker there, and it's a free kick. They've brought just 3 players back, so plenty of Shetland presence in the box here. Number 5 trots forward to the edge of the box, up and under. Adamson thinks it will come in, doesn't. Ewan Irving gets the corner. Appears to be Jameson, that's the dead ball specialist here. He's tacking everything for Shetland, so a second corner for Shetland. About 15 minutes in. Short, here's Irving. Back to Jameson. Jameson in towards the back post. Nice ball. Is it too deep? They keep it alive. No, it's a Orkney goal kick. 0-0 at the Bignell, and Shetland certainly in the better the past 5 minutes, John.
Yes, they have indeed. I think the wind's risen a wee bit too. A wee bit stronger than it was, so it might affect things a bit in the second half. Certainly the flags are flying a lot more than they were when we started.
That's right. Wind blowing just pretty much across the pitch, isn't it? Brooklyn heads it straight out of play, and it'll be a throw in for Bradley Cormack on the left-hand side. I'm more used to seeing him in a forward role for Bursey and for Doomby, John. Yeah. So interesting to see him at left centre half.
Yes, I was slightly surprised to see him where he is. Well, a foot race again, look.
Cooper handling it, but Seb Inkster comes out with a ball. Nice ball in, but Cormac, we're just speaking about, saves the corner out towards Thorfinn Scott. But yes, keeping that, I think keeping Seb Inkster quiet is going to be a handful for Shetland, but for the Orkney defence. But that might be key to a clean sheet here.
Yes, he's certainly he's quick, but he's good on the ball. He's can turn, he's good control. Quite impressed with him so far.
Yeah, here's Ewan to Linklater into Connor Harkness, but he's a cool head by Grains at the back there for Shetland. Stronach out to Shattle out to, I can't see that boy's number on the right hand side, but he looks for Kobe Sinclair. Oh, that's a pass back.
Yeah.
Yes, a rush of blood to the head there from Adamson, but to be fair, I think he was already going down before his defender touched it. So I don't. A yellow card.
Oh, yellow card he's given
I don't know. I presume that must be for dissent, but I don't think picking the ball up in that instance there is a yellow card offence. I should ken that off the top of my head, but I've certainly never seen anybody yellowed for a pass back. So I think it must be for a talking back, but we'll try and find out. So relatively unusual this situation, John. You don't see the pass back rule come into force too much, and Shetland will get a chance to get a shot on goal. Orkney lining up 4, 5, 6 on the wall. Looks like McShane, the captain, will hit it. Waits for Cunningham's whistle. Bit of shoving on the edge of the box between Linklater and Irvine. Stevie telling him to get back 10 yards. Here we go, McShane over the bar. A good hit, but a yard or two over the bar. It's a corner. Must have clipped somebody on the way out. Yeah. So again, John, Orkney have probably gotten away with that one. It would have been such a daft goal to give away if coming for a pass back.
I'm interested. The last corner, the other corner they had, there was nobody on the goal post.
Oh yeah.
But I see they have put somebody at
the front post anyway.
Yeah.
Did that go out? It out. Yes. So waste of a corner there from Shetland. Remains 0-0. McShane got a nice hit at the edge of the box there, but clipped the wall. So the wall did its job. And Cooper will take the by kick. Looks like he's going to kick it for his goalkeeper Adamson. Cooper, of course, playing for Rovers, a very important part of Rovers' A-League team.
Quite a number playing their second junior county. There's about 5 or 6 of them on their second cap. So
yeah,
one of them.
Here we go. Here's Harkness, is in. I think he's onside. He is. Connor Harkness. Oh, here we go. It's a goal.
Well saved.
Great save by the Shetland goalkeeper. I thought that was going to sneak inside the far post there, John,
yes,
but
I thought he was away.
I actually thought it was maybe a poor touch. I wondered if the keeper could have come, but it shows why I'm up here and he's in goals, because he's done his job. He stood up, made Connor Harkness make a decision, and got enough on it to tip it by the post. So for Orkney's first chance of the match there, Connor Harkness bang in line, in on goal, but not quite able to capitalise. Number 9 is broken. Ashton Bruce to take the corner, left-footed, the left winger. Ashton Bruce too deep, and it'll come to the edge of the box. George Ewing, the big tall figure of George Ewing. Oh. Good tackle by Ewan Irvine there. Ewing recovers to get the cross in. Thorfinn Scott will go all the way back to his central defender Cormac. Cormac, the left foot, looks big and long. I think Brogan Russell have been offside there, but we're into a new phase now. Brogan Russell doesn't attack the ball away him, unfortunately. Orkney throw, looks for Connor Harkness. Connor challenges, it's right down in the corner. Brogan comes out with the ball. Brogan Russell, number 8, does well, goes down and gives the free kick, I think, to Orkney. Brogan Russell just having his heels clipped there. Brogan, another Rovers player, and
really quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Playing the rugby, and it's unbelievably pacey he is. So I'd like to see him use it now with this.
Louis Hancock's over the ball. Not seen too much of him yet, so Hancock crosses it in low, straight at Ewan Irvine, but Ewing gets a hit but doesn't catch it. Trundles through to Stronach in the Shetland goal. Long throw towards Arvin. Arvin, influential at both ends here, looks for number 11. Adamson will come. Oh, cleaned out by the goalkeeper, or cleaned out by the defender. I thought that would have been a free kick there. But coming together, but certainly the blue player, Joss Hattrick, didn't play the ball and he played the man. I would have been tempted by a free kick there, but Stevie carries on with play. He's going to give Adamson a few moments just to check he's not seeing stars, and we carry on with a Shetland throw. He's just waiting a few moments here. That was a bit of a Ewan Irvine on this left hand side. He's rapid, but he's involved at both ends, John, and a diagonal ball there, and he's along with number 9 Inkster. Irvine's been probably one of the more influential players in the first 20 minutes.
Yes, yeah, the pace of them both is a concern for the Orkney defence.
So here we go. Can't quite get it clear, but looks like Orkney will come out with the ball. Stays on that right hand side. A big bank of spectators. I hint the advertising boards there. I mean, there's been one or two decent chances for both teams to get the crowd excited, but it does remain 0-0 as it stands. There will be no movement in the Stewart Cup, but long way to go. Thorfinn Scott now. A strong tackle there by the Shetland defender, but a legal one. Nice ball by Wiley, looking for Russell on this right hand side. He's up against Fraser Watt, but Fraser Watt clears it high into the Bignell sky, and Russell will leave the throw to Wiley. Wiley as Cooper, nice read of the play there. Wiley now. Russell coming a bit more into the game, this right hand side for Orkney. Cooper now off to Ewing. Ewing looks for Russell. Excellent ball. Russell, can he take it with him? He does, but I think it'll be cleared by Jameson. He gets enough on it to Inkster. Inkster now looking for Irvine on this left hand side, but muscled off the ball by Cooper. Well done. Nice bit of defending there by Aidan Cooper. You think the Orkney coaching team down below us here will be pleased with what they've seen in the first quarter, John?
Well, they haven't done anything disastrous yet, but I think the boys will be a bit anxious to get them steady on the ball and steady on the play.
I suppose it's, I mean, both teams still kind of finding their way into the game, but Orkney gone up the hill in the first half. Maybe if they could get to half-time goalless, it maybe wouldn't be the worst result in the world.
Yes, I think if they can hold
Russell
it.
Into Linklater, but it just drifts out of play. Linklater not really been involved yet, but that'll hopefully change in the next hour or so. Ewing, number 5, looks for Russell again. Here he goes, but Conor Harkis pushing and pulling with his opposite number, Murray. Conor Harkis comes out with it. Tackled by Grains, a lovely turn there, off to Irvine. Oh, a loose one by Irvine, straight into George Ewing. You don't want to be doing that. There's Irvine now. Tackled by Louis Hancock. Cooper comes out. He's feeling his way into the game now, looking a bit more composed. Sinclair for Shetland. Turns, lovely bit of play by Sinclair. He's left two of them for dead there. Sinclair into Inkster. Inkster turns, Cooper, but Hancock gets back, nicks it off the toes, off to Ewing. Look at Russell now, he's offside. You have to stay on. I think he should have had a look up the line. MacArthur thinks he was in line. It looked tight to me. Russell straight at Stronach. Number 10 that was for Sinclair, Kobe Sinclair there, John. That was a lovely turn here on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Here's Ewan Irvine now, looks for number 9, Inkster. Those two players that we've mentioned so much in this first 25 minutes. Inkster leaves Cooper behind into the box, but can't do much with it. Out for a Shetland throw. A colleague of mine was up in Shetland watching a game recently, and that Sinclair was playing for Lerwick Celtic, I believe, and said he was running the show even at 16-year-old, John. So yeah. One to watch for the future, I think.
Yeah, he's come into the game a lot more the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Here's Watt, the left back, up and under, but straight into the hands of Adamson. Remains goalless here, halfway through the half. Did you catch much of the action yesterday, Sean? Oh no, you were at Caithness, of course.
Yesterday for the charity Come Ashore Cup. So
And
first time I've missed the athletics for about 60 years, I would think.
it's a bad timing, but what a weekend of sport in terms of the Highland Cup yesterday.
Yes.
The junior counties, a lot in itself, of course. 5 Highland games, and a big day of rugby in Caithness, and of course golf on the go too. Women's football a day, so it's all go.
Yeah.
Well thought out by number 4 Grains, but Stronach can't pick it up. He just had to clear it, make things safe with Harkus and Linkleter lurking.
There's Wiley taking the throw, and I was a generation out, of course. I was saying it's his grandfather that played against Shetland in the football, and his father, actually Stephen, also played against Shetland in the football. So
I was going
the age, generation out.
Cleared by Cooper. So yes, of course, Wiley, that'll be a third generation. Well, to represent his county, and if and when he plays for the senior, he'll be the third generation to play in the Milne Cup, perhaps as well, if he's lucky enough to do that.
Yeah.
Watt takes the throw for Shetland. Thorfinn Scott being held back. No. Wiley eases his opposite number off the ball there. Fantastic midfield play outside the boot, looking for Harkus, but Stronach off his line quickly there as a plane tacks off in the distance in the Bignell sky. They're not wanting to be on that plane. You're missing out on all this action. Maybe and they'll get no 4G to keep an eye on the live stream either. Jones, what a disaster. Anyway, we carry on. 27 minutes into the game. Fubister, the linesman, gives it Shetland's way, but he's overruled by Stevie Cunningham, the referee, taking charge of, I believe, his first junior county. Should have checked that one before kick-off. Russell on this right-hand side can't get it under control, and it'll be the Shetland left-back's throw. Yes, I was up in Doomby yesterday for one of that Highland Cup games, and they were saying they've got 3 boys or 3 Doomby representatives in here. Of course, Cormac, Wiley, and can't mind the third one.
From the bench.
Young Scarth on the bench, of course.
Yeah.
They were saying, again, it was a tight game yesterday. They lost 2-0, but if they'd had that 3, maybe it could have all been different. But of course, the boys took the week off competitive play in the build up to the county. So.
Yeah.
So unfortunate timing for those boys, but in terms of those Highland games, Rendell will represent Orkney in the next round, as will Stromness, and I think all 3 Shetland teams went out, so I think just the 2 teams for the North Isles left in the Highland Amateur Cup this year. Stromness, of course, went to the semi-finals last year, so we'll be looking to go one better, of course, but our focus today is on the junior inter-county, 0-0, with around 26, 27, 28, 29 minutes. I should have set my watch gun for when the first whistle went, but we had plenty on the go here. So Shetland playing 4 at the back, Orkney 3-5-2. I don't think there's been too much given in the ways of 2 different systems, John. I think they're matching up quite well, and Brogan, Russell, and on the right hand side, and Ashton Bruce on the left hand side seem to be handling when you're playing that wing back role. It's such a responsibility and such a tough shift.
Yes, you've recovered an awful lot of ground.
Shetland corner here. Straight to Thorfinn Scott. Ewan hooks it over his shoulder, but it will come back to Shetland. Jameson on the right hand side. Jameson looking to get the ball in, fizzes it in, but straight into the palms of Robert Adamson. Adamson in the goal will be not too concerned with his day's work so far. He's not really had a save to mark as such yet. That one header for Irvine, but there's not much he could save right enough. Russell up and under, looking for Conor Harkus. Conor Harkus, big physical player. He's a real handful for the Shetland back line, John.
Yes, he's very, very quick. The 3 boys up front, well, Russell lying wide right enough, but the 3 are very, very pacey.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, you're saying about Robbie Adamson in the goals. His father's one of the coaching team, but of course he played for Shetland in the Millen Cup against Orkney.
Yes, he's. I think young Adamson very much Orkney to his core. You know, he'll cut him and he bleeds red, as they say. But the coaching team in front of us here, we've got Ivan Rendell, who's a veteran of these coaching campaigns. Bob Adamson's been on the bench for a 2-3 new as well, and they're assisted by Steve Helliwell, who is, I think, making his coaching bow, certainly in a home fixture anyway. I don't know if he was involved last year, but he brings a wealth of experience and a really, really good player in his own right as well, John.
Yeah, lovely player, actually.
He's, of course, playing for East United this year, so he'll ken a lot of these players very, very well, ken what makes them tick and what their strengths and any weaknesses might be, of course, because you can running through that lineup. You've got an East goalkeeper, an East midfield, and then the core of the team, a lot of Rovers players too, John, and Conor Harkis and Max Linklater, both Thorfinn. So a real mix when you put the two Doomby players into it as well. So fine to see a geographical spread into the Orkney box, but hooked clear. The atmosphere inside is just going a bit quiet, just maybe indicating a kind of just a tense nature of the fixture, John. Yeah, so much riding on it.
It's bogged down a wee bit in the midfield here.
Not much to shout about in the last 5 or 10 minutes, right enough. Both teams kind of cancelling each other out a pretty bit, but both, of course, got a lot of talent on the bench to change things as the game wears on. But like we're saying, goalless at half time wouldn't be a disaster for either team. But I mean, you don't want to get ahead of yourselves here, but in terms of the Stewart Cup, you're probably, if you're a Shetland fan, you're probably looking for a win here, because the netballers, after that 28-point win last year, have to be favourites for the netball.
They would remain, quite a few of them played last year, of course, so they would, on paper, would be the favourites to win the netball. So
because of course,
quite vital, this.
You can the Shetland netballers, no mugs at all, but that Orkney team, few of them are playing senior county, a few of them are playing for that very successful grammar school team that's won 2 Scottish Cups in a row, so probably quite important for Shetland to get a victory here, and maybe even a victory by 2 or 3. No sign of it so far. They've not really troubled Adamson in the Orkney goal for quite a few minutes now. Hancock sticks a leg out, lazy leg, but the Shetland player avoids it when he might have looked for contact. I think Bruce was looking for a bit too much time on the ball there. He was did this well done by Linklater though. That's a foul. Linklater bundled over, so a straightforward decision for Cunningham in the middle, the black figure of Stevie Cunningham. Ewing stands. I'm determined to get that George's mixed up, John. Wiley stands over the ball. The tall figure of George Wiley, and looks deep. And will it break for an Orkney shot here? It might. Thorfinn Scott charged down by Shetland. Looked like a nice hat, but a blue shirt was in the way. Inkster. He's in a foot race with Hancock here. Look at the pace of him. Arvin's on the left-hand side. Can he reach out? He does not, but the raw pace there, John, is, and you can see how quickly number 7 here, Ewan Irvine for Shetland, can mark up the ground. It's something extraordinary.
Yes, certainly have a lot of pace up front there.
So 0-0 it remains. Orkney looking for their first win in the junior inter-county since 2016. Last year Shetland won 4-2. The year before that 4-0 Shetland at Picky. It was men against boys, if you'll pardon the pun, that day. Hancock, Harkis onside, but he works back. Having lost the ball, he works back, and enough pressure on Murray to put him off. Russell in the right back area. On to Thorfinn Scott. Thorfinn Scott looks for Harkis. Harkis and a goal again. Can he take it this time? Straight at the keeper again. Unfortunately, a good save. Plenty of venom behind it from Conor Harkis, but he can't take advantage. Stronach keeps Shetland's sheets clean for the time being. Irvine stays onside as well. Ewing Out to Ashton Bruce. Ashton Bruce turns his man. He's out. In on the left.
Corner straight on side.
Brooklyn Chattel holds up Bruce, but Ashton Bruce comes out with nice. Well, no, it was a misjudged ball in. But going recycling back 30 seconds or so, another opportunity for Conor Harkness, John.
Yes, I thought he held his place on side there. He looked as if he would be offside. Was super ball through to him.
Lovely ball for Thorfinn Scott.
Yeah.
Lovely pace. And Conor Harkness, I think, maybe just elected to put his feet through it and make the keeper work rather than pick his spot. I wonder if he'd just have a couple more seconds to think. He might have found that bottom corner, but nonetheless, a good save by Stronach in the Shetland goal. He's been quick off his line twice now, and
he's not had much to do with what he has done. He's done very well.
He's an imposing figure as well. He's a big, tall lad.
Yeah.
So,
Tell this pacey boys in the front again. Offside.
Oh, it's Orkney throw on the far side there. Stronach plays for Whitedale in the Shetland League. He's one of various Whitedale representatives. Got Magnus Grains, the centre half. Abeladze on the bench. He's a Whitedale fullback. He competed yesterday in the long jump and the shot put. So a talented athlete, of course, John. And that's of course he'll not be the only boy here that's. Max Linklater, of course, a high jumper in his own, and a long jumper as well, I believe. Adamson out to gather. Seb Inkster, number 9 up front, that we've been waxing lyrical about. John, he's in his 3rd inter-county cap, so that's
I'm not surprised.
That's there's nobody.
Impressive.
Nobody that in terms of football, there's nobody that many get 3 or 4 caps. Really, you'd have to be doing quite well to be.
Special.
Yeah, so.
Chalky Wood below us there. He had 3 times he played.
A 3-time junior county cap.
Yeah. He's handing over the Stuart Cup, is he not this year?
Oh, is he? Well, you're keeping me informed. That's fine. Indeed. Russell back to Hancock. Scott lays it off to Wiley. Wiley on to Linklater. Linklater waiting for Wiley. Oh, his head's up too long. Yeah. Thorfinn Scott keeps things alive though. And it's an Orkney throw. The Shetland defender misjudges it. That's McShane, the captain. Ewing gets the corner. So an Orkney corner might be the first, either the first or second Orkney corner.
First corner to this side.
Oh, that's far. That's right enough. So Liam MacArthur, the assistant, just keeping Cunningham right with something. Cunningham looks at his watch. About 7 or 8 minutes to go in the half. Russell is over the corner. Nice ball. Thorfinn Scott to Hancock, but Hancock misjudges it. Inkster opens up those legs. Cormac very composed. Looks like a Shetland throw rather than the corner. Right down, nearly just next to the corner flag. Arvin gets the ball back, having taken the throw. Looks for his striker Inkster, but cleared by Cormac. And here comes Ewing. They've lost the ball. Thorfinn Scott. Fraser Watt gives it to his left winger, Arvin. Brogan Russell, fantastic. Linklater looks for Conor Harkness. Is he in again? He's up against Murray. Murray shoulders him out of the road.
Kept it in as well.
He's done very well. I've been quite impressed with that. Johnny Murray at centre half for Shetland. He's other than that couple of opportunities for Conor Harkness, which was just good. A good pass. He's done everything he needed to very well. That's Johnny Murray we're talking about there. That is a Lerwick Rangers defender. His 2nd cap. Lerwick Rangers, a good youth team in Shetland. They generally go on to play for Lerwick. Celtic got to be the only setup in Scotland where you go for Rangers to Celtic. John.
Doesn't happen too often.
Arvin.
Alfie Cohen and Mark Johnston, is that the only 2?
Well, there's plenty of them in Shetland, that's for sure. And And a few of them, a few of the Shetland boys also play for TSB. That is Trondra, Scalawa, and Burra, rather than the Bank. I don't know if there's any branch. I don't know if there's any branch left in Lerwick. There's certainly no one in Kirkwall anymore. But
open 3 days a week. The Magnus Centre.
why do you tuck your cash in hand up there? Or what? So Orkney free kick on the right hand side. Hancock gets a chance to take it this time. Stevie Cunningham counts out the 10 yards. Looks like more than enough to me. Hancock gets a chance to put it in the box. Looks like a nice ball, quite deep. Shetland's number 8, McShane, their captain, clears it on the far side. His second, McShane, the captain, his second in our county. He turns out for Whitedale, so a strong core Whitedale players in this Shetland side. A bit one up and under, a speculative one, but Inkster's held up. I think Cooper will just see it out for a bye kick. We're just in the scows of the half now, John, and looking like a goalless at half time possibly. If you're in the red shirt, you'll not be displeased with that.
No, he would be quite happy with that at the moment. Okay, we've had a couple of chances that the goalkeeper saved, but they've looked dangerous when they break. The pace is unbelievable of that front 2 or 3 boys. So. Just
this wind does it's no dying off any. I don't think the ball for Adamson there just struggling to keep still. A nice kick though. Sinclair's underneath it. No, the Inkster looks for Irvine but can't get enough on it. You see that wind coming into play there. What's going to come out here? I can hardly see, but Cooper comes out with the ball. Lovely ball to Harkis. Harkis lays off for Linklater, but Linklater that's half time. 0-0 here at the Bignell Park in the junior inter-county, the 75th anniversary junior inter-county. Both sides have had opportunities. Conor Harkis with 2 shots on goal, both saved by Stronach in the Shetland net. For Shetland, a speculative header by Ewan Irvine, probably the closest they came to opening the scoring. But 0-0 here at the break, and we will pick up with you in the second half.
Are you introducing him, Colin?
Well, it's a second half just about to get underway here at the Bignell. 1:20, and it's 0-0 at half time. No subs as far as I can see. So we're underway. Orkney Gandunahil at the Bignell here in the second half. Fraser Watt gets his first touch of the second half, straight towards Wiley, and Wiley knocks it out. 0-0, and Orkney, as I say, Gandunahil. I think the wind probably Gandunahil as well, so we'll see if Orkney can take advantage of that. And Orkney throw, and Wiley trots across to tack that, and just everybody peering back at the sidelines now with their cups of tea and their burger roll. I went along for a tin of juice, John, but the queue was too long, so I had to disappoint you, me, and Keith. I'm sure the listeners at home wouldn't have been that disappointed if I was still in the queue. So no changes. Both teams had opportunities in that first half. Orkney certainly maybe came into the game a bit more in that second quarter, but neither team either able to capitalise. Both teams went into the pavilion here, got a half-time orange and a drink of juice, and out they come again. Shetland throw on the far side. The sun's starting to come out here at the Bignell. Bathed in sunshine, a bonny day for watching football, and Shetland on the attack at the moment. Grain step forward from the back, looks for Sinclair. It's right hand side, number 11. There's Grains again, number 4, looks for Sinclair. Cooper steps forward from the back. He's led the team well so far, John. He's done everything right at the back. A couple of hairy moments in terms of being up directly against Sebingster, but I think he's handled it not too bad. Here's number 8, McShane, the captain, looks for Ewan Irvine, the left hand side. Lovely ball, just drifts a bit wider than Irvine would have liked, but he's managed to turn Russell. Right hand shot, good save by Adamson. Kobe Sinclair keeps it alive. Kobe Sinclair now. Cleared by Linklater. Grains now looks for the ball into the box. A bit aimless that one, I'm afraid. Ewing gets a chance to put his foot on the ball for a minute. Up and under for Inkster. Murray just lost the run of the ball. Maybe a suggestion of a push there for Harkis, but robbed by Russell. Fantastic. He shoots from way out, but ambitious, but worth a go. The keeper was a few yards off his line. You've got the wind behind you, Gandunahil, John. You've played here at the Bignell more times than you'd care to remember, I'm sure. But is the slope, the famous slope, an advantage really, or does it?
No, I like playing up the pitch here. I always thought it was a far easier to play up. The ball ran away for you when you, and as you know, it catches a lot of wind here.
Absolutely.
So, no, I actually prefer playing up the hill here. I was saying your midfield there, this young East United boys. Well, Louis Hancock's father was a super player. He played for Thorfinn, and I knew how good he was then. But when I played for him, when he shifted to Ham, played with him in the Harran Parish.
Oh yeah,
unbelievably talented boy. And of course, I played with George Ewing's father for Ham as well.
Another good player as well.
Yeah, super player. Right.
And Thorfinn Scott's father, I actually he got a bit of action 12 weekends ago. Still pulling on the boots for Stennis when they're looking for an experienced head to steady the ship.
His 4 sons have played quite regularly now for East United.
Yes.
And I was asked when the last time that happened, and welcome. Headed away. The only other case I could find was the 3 oldest Hutchison brothers.
Oh yeah.
But it was 70 years ago.
Oh right, first time.
That 4 brothers had played together in
the
A-League. Happened quite often in the Parish Cup.
Yes, of course.
But in the league, the furthest back, the only other one I could find was the eldest 4 Hutchison brothers.
And did the 5 never play league football together?
No. They were due to play once in the Parish Cup together, and Eric and Bob both told me that Ian couldn't play the one night, and Jackie was playing the goals, so they played 4, but they often played 4 in the parish.
Hit by Thorfinn Scott, but high, wide and not so handsome. So remains 0-0 here. We are 5 minutes into the second half. I wonder if there's any, while the goalkeeper's retrieving the ball there, any Shetland footballing dynasties that you can think of off the top of your head?
Well, there's a lot of Shetland names in it this
year.
I don't know who their parentage or be their grandparents as far as I'm concerned.
Well, if anybody out there's listening wants to come along and keep us right on the fathers and grandfathers of the boys in the pitch, you can where we're at. Or write in a postcard. 0-0 here. Ewan Irvine looks for Ewing. Ewing looks for Linklater at the far side. Gathered safely by Stronach. Stronach to his right back. And not sure. Cormac with the pink wrist support on. He's a distinctive character. You can keep him. And on trots Ivan Rendell with the midi bag. I think he's dropped his bag of crisps there.
It's empty.
So somebody on the far side needing a bit of attention there. I think that is possibly Mr. George Ewing. Some of the Shetland players take the opportunity to tack on fluids, as does Linklater here for Orkney. He's getting a quick word with his coach, Steve Halliwell. But if that's, I think I'm right in saying that's George Ewing that's going doing. So that'll be a bit worrying for Rendell, Adamson and Halliwell on the bench here. They don't want to be making a change for the sake of it. Just 6 or 7 minutes into this second half. Orkney probably in the better of this opening 5 minutes. We're just we'll let the. In fact, there's 2 of them sitting down now. Aidan Cooper's decided to sit down beside his teammate Ewing. So let's see if any of the subs, no sign any subs getting warmed up just yet anyway, but they could be well be a hintness, so they are right enough. They're kicking balls about a hintness. But Ewing's up on his feet, so I'm sure he'll be carrying on as long as he possibly can. Ewing, of course, great to see another Orkney player progressing through to the Highland League and to make your debut at 15. John, what a talent.
He's a super player.
He's to be looking for him to be an important player for years to come. Here's Thorfinn Scott, another important East player. Harkus nods it back to Hancock. Hancock looks for Linklater. Linklater lets the defender Kenny's there, but Shetland emerge with the ball in the right channel, looking for Inkster. He keeps the ball in, does he? He does not. No, just couldn't quite keep a control of it. Bradley Cormac, the left back, up the line towards Linklater. Lovely big strong throw. Shuttle to Grains. Grains straight to Cormac, bad touch. Slightly scrappy at the moment. Harkus tries a touch, but you've really got to get your foot on the ball there. A fancy touch is fine when you're winning 3 or 4-0. Late challenge by Russell. Does he? No, Cunningham lets everything go, and it's an Orkney throw. And Harkus looks for Thorfinn Scott. Ooh, Thorfinn Scott squares it across the 6-yard line, but no teammates there to take advantage. Thorfinn Scott comes out again. Nice turn and shot, but just wide of the far post as we stand here looking across towards Meadow Park, across towards the Pabdale side. It's 0-0 here at the Bignald with 9 minutes gone in the second half. Excuse me, Stronach in the Shetland goal. He's been certainly the busier of the 2 goalkeepers so far. Adamson, no had much to do really for the first 15 minutes or so. And John, I suppose the fact that we're talking about it being 0-0 and talking about Adamson no having had too much to do really goes to show how far this Orkney team has come in the space of a year. Let's just see what happens here. Adamson, they've given him a curse. He does have something to do now. He nods it out to, that's a late challenge by Shetland. Another one. But presumably Stevie Cunningham brings it back. 2 challenges. He's telling the players to calm down. Wise just in front of a big crowd like this, John, it can be easy to get let the blood go to the head, but Ashton Bruce was able to ride both those challenges, and a warning's all ruined for Cunningham as much as we want to see. Cooper will tack the kick, but straight to a Shetland player. Here comes McShane. McShane for Irvine. Lovely ball. Irvine waiting for support. He's got Inkster, he's got Sinclair in the box, but he puts it back to Watt. Watt into Irvine. But it drifts out on that far side. I was saying, John, the fact that we're still 0-0 at this point and Orkney more than had in the round shows how far this team's come in the last couple of years.
Yes, big improvement. Big improvement. Certainly far more solid. I would just like to see it in the deck a wee bit more.
Here's Linklater now. Another Stennis player. Not quite sure if that's a throw or a free kick. We'll soon find out. But we're getting the first substitution of the match. Number 16 for Orkney. I've got doing as Hunter Swanee.
Yep.
Shetland player just getting a pretty bit of treatment here. The referee's just waiting. He gives a signal for the sub. Swanee comes on, and I think that is George Ewing coming off. He got a bit of a knock about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and that's just prompted the Orkney bench into action. He's shaking his head as he comes off, and I think that it is the injury that's brought him off. Hunter Swanee comes on in his place. Hunter Swanee plays for Hotspurs during the league, and makes, I think, his junior inter-county debut.
Yep.
So Thorfinn Scott out of the ball. Will he have a bit more responsibility now in the midfield that his teammate Ewing's gone off? Thorfinn Scott's up and under. Its keeper doesn't come. George Wiley got a free header there straight at the keeper. He might think he could have done better when he watches this back later on. Sean got up high, but couldn't quite find the corner, and another opportunity for Orkney goes big in. But a lovely ball by Thorfinn Scott. Hunter Swanee gets his first action. That goes that's a Shetland throw. Shattle on the right hand side. Into his captain McShane. McShane drifts past Swanee. Looks for number 11. And 11 moves it on to 9. 9 being Inkster, 11, of course, being Joss Hattrick on his right hand side. Not quite being as involved as his opposite number, Irvine, on the left hand side. Irvine now on the ball. Oh, he nutmegs Wiley. Has he done too much? He gets the shot away, but he's able to block. Cooper, the captain, blocks, and a really nice bit of play by Irvine. We're going up the other end now, but Linklater can't bring it under control. Murray steps out of defence. Tackled by his own player. Hancock off to Scott. Scott back to his teammate Hancock. Hancock looks for Linklater on the left, but nothing doing, and a bit frantic there for a few moments, John.
Yes. George was a wee bit unlucky with the header there, held up a wee bit in the wind.
Yeah, of course, yes.
So it was no easy to get power onto the cross.
Yes, it was a looping ball, so he's having to try and create power right enough. But a good solid stop by Stronach, no doubt about that. And the search for the first goal here at Bignell goes on. It's 0-0 with 13 minutes gone. We're just approaching the hour mark in the second half. Grains steps out of defence, gets the ball back for number 6. Number 6 is Jameson. Jameson tackles Swanee. Cormac clears, but strongly as far as Kobe Sinclair. Kobe Sinclair has the ball where he wants it. Jameson back to Grains. Shetland get the chance to spray a few passes about at the moment, but Brogan Russell intercepts the diagonal ball. Brogan Russell coming into this game more now. Thorfinn Scott looks to get past the Shetland central defender Grains, but Grains does enough to put him off. Sinclair nods it on for Inkster. Tackled by Wiley. Hancock sprays it out wide right, but no red shirt there. We're going to get a second sub now. And coming on is number 14. That is Xander Bailey. Xander Bailey looks to be a straight swap for Max Linklater up front. Xander Bailey, I believe, is another Rovers player. So a Rovers man comes on for a Thorfinn man. Holds it up. He's maybe a bit more of a target man. He's got a bit more height than Linklater. So whether we'll see Orkney go more direct, I don't ken, but he's certainly got that in his locker, Bailey. So 2 subs so far for Orkney. 1 enforced, 1 not, I think. Ewing's just down below us here examining his ankle, so I think he's taking a knock in that far side. Free kick now to Orkney on the right hand side. Deep into the box, Strona comes, safe hands. 0-0 at the Bignell, 1 hour going. Half an hour to go. 0-0, Sean, in terms of the Stewart Cup, that wouldn't be a disaster, but these Orkney boys will be desperate to get their name on the shield for the first time since 2016.
Yes, I would like to see it. Thorfinn's drifted in the middle here where George Ewing was. So,
that's right.
It'd be fine to see him get on the ball.
Because of course a draw, we don't, as far as I'm aware, John, we don't go to extra time, we don't go to penalties. It's retained by the winning team, or the last year's winning team, if in the event of a draw.
It certainly used to be the rules.
Let's see what comes of that. Another free kick on the far side, just getting a bit niggly at this stage. Louis Hancock gets a second chance to flight a ball into the box. Cunningham whistle. Hancock over the ball. That looks better. Harkness gets a header on it, but it goes out for out off a Shetland defender for another Orkney corner. Adamson barking orders there, making sure everybody can hear him on the Bignell Park pitch here. A really healthy crowd of several hundred. There's loads of cars, plenty of pedestrians as well. Brogan Russell, the blonde hair of Brogan Russell, will tack the goal, the corner kick, edge of the box. Hargis hits, Scott hits, but Stronach, effortless save there. He's been very solid. I suppose the one thing you would say here, John, is Shetland had a decent spell of play, but they're really with the exception of that bit of individual skill for you and Irving, they're not really cutting Orkney open here.
No, they have not. I thought they would, with the pace they have, they would have made more actual vital breaks. You can.
So it's when you've got that pace going up the hills, maybe it negates it a pretty bit. I don't ken, but right, it's a loose pass there for Scott out to Russell, and it. Fraser Watt will tack the throw in front of the advertising boards on the far side there. The sun's going away again, so we're hourcast Bignell Park, windy, just kind of blowing right across the pitch, and we're looking for a bit of quality for one of the teams here. Certainly cancelling each other out at the time being. Orkney have made their first 2 subs, and there's a couple more maybe being sent out to get warmed up. Alex Scarth getting a few instructions for Bob Adamson on the sideline. So we'll wait and see if the big Doomby man's going to get a bit of action in this junior inter-county. Adamson takes the goal kick. Looks for Russell on the right hand side. Oh, Fraser Watt, the left back, is slumped to the deck. I'm not sure if his race is run or if it's a bit of cramp or what it is, but he's going to get a bit of medical attention. John, you were saying to me at half time there, you were close but no cigar in a variety of sports in the junior inter-county.
Reserving everything, I think. But, no, I didn't compete actually. I was in Shetland the 1 year, right enough, but did not compete. I was on the bench for 3 different things, but that's just what happens.
Reserves play an important part as well, of course, but you've had experience. A moon or two ago, but you've had experience of this. I mean, it's a fantastic event to be part of, and it still seems to be as much passion in 2024 as ever.
Oh yes, definitely. I think it's so important to keep it going. It's a lot of work for the committees on both islands, but I'm delighted to see it continuing.
Yeah, 75th anniversary. It's a really enduring event and an important sporting event in the calendars in Orkney and Shetland.
Yes, very much so. And you make acquaintances that you've kept up over the years, and I think it's very vital to keep the two islands involved in it. A lot of work put in by a lot of people over the last 70 years.
That's right. That's right. If you can think all the sporting talent that's been through both these teams in that last 75 years, it's something else. So we're back underway here, just about. Shetland about to mark their first sub, and I would imagine at the next stop and play, Woodworth to come on for Shetland. We're just getting some refreshments from our behind the scenes team. It's much appreciated. Shetland, as I say, are making their first sub. Mark Woodworth comes on for the visitors, number 12. I'm just waiting to see the number 9, Seb Inkster. He's had a really good game. He's maybe not been as involved in the second half as he was in the first, but Shetland make a change up top as they look to make something happen. Just to remind you, the overall scores as it stands after the swimming this morning: Orkney 114, Shetland 95. So Shetland 19 points back with just 25 minutes of the football to go, plus a netball at 4 o'clock, of course. So it would be remiss of me I certainly wouldn't want to say it's must win for Shetland, but I think they probably will know they need to find a goal in the next pretty while. And just to remind you, for those who's not up with arithmetic, each competition comes with its own scoring system. In the football, each goal is worth 5 points. So a 0-0 draw means no particular change in the overall scoreline in terms of the Stewart Cup, but a 0-0 draw I think means that Shetland would retain the cup, having won it last year by 4-2. So we're in the Shetland half here. Orkney throw, looks for Connor Harkis. Connor Harkis heads up against Fraser Watt, the left back. Can he get something out of it? He doesn't. It's a goal kick for Shetland. I don't know too much about Woodworth that came on, but let's consult our notes here. He's a Lerwick Rangers forward, John, and we'll see if he can make anything happen. You can see Ashton Bruce and Brogan Russell both. I'm not saying they're getting further back, but certainly when they're defending, you're nearly going to 5 at the back here, John.
Almost indeed, yeah. Yes. Oh, here's another sub.
Well, here is a sub for, I think, probably in defence, indeed. That's Louis Hancock. It's trotting off. He's certainly been in midfield, so we'll see if whether Alex Scarth's going to go and shore things up in midfield, or whether we're going to see a shuffle in personnel here. Alex Scarth.
Second cap, I think. Good, that's it.
Alex Scarth gets his second taste of action in the junior inter-county. He's plays for Doomby and Bursey, of course, in the summer season here in Orkney, and certainly more naturally Kent as a defender. So we'll see if there's a. It's a good tackle. Stronach gathers. I wonder if it's just been a straight swap. Alex Scarth's gone into midfield, and we'll probably just try and see things out. A real physical presence in midfield, John.
Yes, big, strong player.
Stevie doesn't see anything in that. I thought it was maybe a slight push in the back, but Stevie's trying to keep play going as much as he can. Thorfinn Scott turns nicely. 12 catches his leg. That's Woodworth catches the legs of Scott. So it'll be an Orkney free kick just down below us on the left hand side as we go, as you look, down the slope. Ashton Bruce with his left foot will curl it in. Stevie Cunningham, just the man in black in the middle, just making sure that back 10 yards. Chance to look for that big figure, Scarth perhaps. It goes deep. It's Scarth, looked like a push, but his header is over the bar. But he offers something different in terms of both something to aim for, John, and also defending by kicks and set pieces as well, of course. But a really talented player in his own right, and I think he was a miss yesterday for him, and his two mates were a miss in the junior inter-county, the Highland Amateur Cup yesterday.
Yeah, Doomby could have done with them, I would think.
Yeah, lost 2-0 to Helmsdale United, a tight game, no doubt. Cormac up and under, looking for 14, who is Xander Bailey. Not really a chance to get too involved yet, Bailey, but he'll be letting change that. Scarth nods it down, like we were saying. It's a physical presence in midfield. Scott comes up against Woodworth. He's going to get a shot away as he does. Oh, what a save by Stronach. Great hit by Thorfinn Scott there, John. Yep. He waited for a yard of space, hit it with his right foot. It looked every inch it was going in the side net in there, but Stronach got across with a strong hand and a third vital save by the Shetland goalkeeper.
It's excellent play by Thorfinn as he beat 2 or 3 men first, made his own space.
He's really coming into it now. Brogan Russell looks for Cooper, the captain. Cooper will give it back to his Rovers teammate. He does. Well, Brogan get it back in the box. It's up and under. A tricky one for everybody. Stronach gets there, gets enough on it just to get it away for Bailey. Ashton Bruce kept it alive there. And there is Wiley. It's just not quite dropping for anybody here. Looks like a tangle of legs there. Was he going to give it to Red? Yes, he is. It's a red ball. He's kept it going. He's not giving the whistle. It's a advantage Orkney given by Cunningham. So he keeps on going. Connor Harkis. Oh, that's a yellow, surely. Just, I wonder if that's just tired legs coming into it, John, and certainly stops a promising attack, but he gets away with one. I would have thought that was certainly. I think maybe in a different fixture you're talking a yellow there, but you're wanting to see everybody complete the match here. So Ewan Orphin certainly gets away with one there, and tacks down. I think it was Harkis unceremoniously.
No surprise his legs are tired. He's covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, he's been up and down. Russell into the box. Looks like a great ball. McShane rises highest. It's a bit pinball in there at the minute, but Bruce will be disappointed not to gather that, but he does well to recover. Bailey gives it, give and go. But Scott's really been impressive in the second half, John. Thorfinn Scott.
Yes,
he's
coming into the game a lot more.
He's taken a bit of I'm not saying taking the game by the scruff of the neck, but he's maybe recognised that his talented teammate Ewan's gone off and kind of taken a bit more responsibility in the midfield there.
Yeah, he shifted into the middle there and he's certainly competed well since George went off. There you go.
A hush descends over the Bignell Park here. Connor Harkis, will he take the corner? No, he gives it square! It's a goal! Goal for Orkney! Thorfinn Scott, the man we were just waxing lyrical about. Connor Harkis makes the goal. He squares it from the byline right across the box. 28 minutes gone in this half, 17 to go. Thorfinn Scott puts the hosts 1-0 up. It's 1-0 to Orkney, and some wild celebrations by the Orkney team. They know how important that goal is. One of the Shetland defenders just got in a bit of a fankle. Connor Harkis squares for Thorfinn Scott to open the scoring. Just about 15 minutes to go. And so one of the Shetland players stays down, but it's because it's a leg injury, no obligation to stop. McShane in the box. Scarth makes sure it'll be a Shetland goal kick. So I think Orkney probably worth that goal, John, in terms of their second half performance. And Thorfinn Scott certainly worthy of a goal and been probably one of the more important players on the pitch so far.
Second half there, he's certainly influenced the game a lot more. There's Alex, I just saw his mother going by. She would have played junior inter-county for the hockey and netball. She must have played in the hockey, I would think. 3 or 4 times.
Yes, one of that talented Stevenson's indeed.
Yeah.
Number 18 coming on for Shetland there is number 18 is Travis Duncan, a midfielder. Number 10 Kobe Sinclair goes off, so that's probably a blow for Shetland, but the fresh legs will certainly not hurt. Number 6 Jameson over the corner, can they hit directly back? Straight to an Orkney head, nods it out towards Ashton Bruce. Ewan Irvine on his tail, but he's held up by number 3. Ashton Bruce getting needlessly involved, I would say, but Stevie Cunningham's given it to a blue free kick for the coming together. He'll take a moment just to gather his thoughts. Number 3 there is Brooklyn Chattel, I don't care which one, how you. And they'll have an Orkney sub at the same time. 21 is Kyle Kinghorn, another forward with a bit of presence. He's going to come on for Ashton Bruce, who just gave away that free kick. No, he's not. He's coming on for Conor Harkis. 2 subs indeed. 15, Cian Vendy comes on as well, and Thorfinn Scott comes off, having scored that such an important goal to put Orkney ahead. Thorfinn Scott comes off. He's putting a lot of running, so fresh legs up front and in the middle for Orkney, as well as Shetland's recent sub as well. So a lot of changes, so we'll see how the teams settle down. Shetland desperate for an equaliser now. This puts them in a very tricky spot for the overall Stewart Cup. Orkney, we've got 14 minutes of ordinary time to go. Orkney just dreaming of a first.
9.
Is that
40 minutes.
What's that? Hold on. I'm checking my own watch. Yes, you're absolutely right, John. Is Kinghorn up and over? The keeper's got in a bit. I tell you what's happened here, John. I'm going for 45. I was on.
9 minutes, 8 and a bit.
So, 40-minute halves here. My learned colleagues keeping me right. I was going for 45, but we're 40 minutes halves, 9 to go. Orkney, 9 minutes to see it out and win this competition, or win this junior inter-county football for the first time since 2016. That, if the score remains the same, would put Orkney 24 points ahead with just the netball to go. It would put them in such a good position to retain the Stewart Cup. But the footballers only have one thing in their mind, and that's the remaining 8 or so minutes.
Oh, well played. Unlucky.
Well done by Xander Bailey. Heads the ball up, gains the corner off the legs of the Shetland player. So this is exactly where Orkney want the ball to be at this moment in time, in the Shetland box. Brogan Russell will now go across and tuck the corner. He's been a live wire on the right hand side, putting a lot of running. Both teams will sort of settle down after matting a few subs. Brogan Russell, a deep ball, is right underneath the goalkeeper. No touch though, and it goes out for a Shetland by kick. They've got about 8 minutes or so to rescue an equaliser and probably luck for a winner. 7+ stops. Stronach takes the by kick. Sometimes these games get a bit, I've seen it in senior football as well, when you mark 4 or 5 subs, John, it sometimes becomes a bit.
Yeah, upsets the rhythm of the game.
Certainly does, but hopefully both teams can settle down into their rhythm, not too bad. Brogan and Ashton Bruce, well done. Here comes Hatrick. Gathers the ball, big physical presence as well. But it's a blue throw-in. Shattle on this right-hand side. He's going to wait for his teammate. There's a few tired legs out there now, John. It's a big shift on a big park for these young legs.
Yeah.
All this time will be added on, no doubt. The blue team, Shetland, just looking for every minute possible to try and rescue an equaliser. Number 14 comes over Shetland. That was number 12. It went off. He's not lasted very long. That's no cramp. I think it's an injury. So Woodworth's junior county experience doesn't last very long. He's replaced by Leslie, Fergus Leslie. Fergus Leslie, a forward for Ness United in the senior league. We've got a second sub here as well. I think that's Watt, the left back, coming off.
Nice. He's played well.
He's done very well on that side. He's replaced by 17, Sonny Henderson. And 16 came on, Abeladze, on this, taking the throw new. So I think that's Shetland subs made. McShane doesn't want to be on the losing side as captain. Scarth, oh, a lovely turn. Cool as you want by Alex Scarth. Gives the ball to Brogan Russell. Brogan Russell breaks down in the right hand side. Looks for Xander Bailey. Xander Bailey shoulders his opposite number off the ball. Gives it back to 16, Swanee. Swanee, Bailey's offside. That was a bit sloppy from Orkney, that. You don't want to be giving away needless free kicks like that. Just got to keep our discipline at this stage. About five or so to go. Yeah, yep. 5+ stops. Cunningham, the referee, just keeping everybody right. A few hand gestures. Henderson, sub, gets his first meaningful touch of the ball. There's a Scorry, keeping an eye on the action. Just one more spectator for this junior county. Engrossing stuff as we enter the absolute, the last 3-4 minutes of ordinary time. Orkney looking for their first win since 2016. And all these boys will be given everything new just to see the game out. I suppose for Orkney it's just a sloppy one from Shetland there, but Orkney can't bring it under control. There's hat-trick, number 11. He's moved more central now. Good tackle by by Wiley. Arvin gives it back to his left back, Henderson. Russell. Scarth just tidying things up in midfield. Been an effective substitute, that's for sure.
Yep.
Xander Bailey, can he gather? He does. He gives it to Swanee. Swanee, cool as you want, out to Bruce. But the fresh legs of Duncan hound him down. That'll do for Orkney. There's no danger to them at this stage. Abeladze up towards hat-trick. He's a physical presence up front. Arvin, Russell just bides his time. Ivan Rendell, the coach here, has got his chin in his hands as he ponders the last few seconds here. Well, last couple of minutes. Wiley gives it to Russell. They've been a very effective pair in that right-hand side, John.
Yes, they have indeed.
Here's Bailey.
Keep the ball.
Can he get a shot away? He might. A late tackle. Yes. Easy free kick to give. But a yellow card for Bailey. It was a late challenge. But none worse than I would say the Arvin challenge on the left-hand side. But the ball's in the Shetland box. That's where Orkney want it at this stage. We've got 2+ stops to go. Cormac clears.
Away. Yeah.
Cormac boots the ball into the crowd. Hopefully nobody was in the end of that. Maybe like on the foul side. McShane pokes it past Swanee. Out to Henderson. Henderson gives it to Arvin. Can Arvin play a final part in this game? He's up against Wiley. That's a corner. He gets a corner off Wiley. You think there's time for nerves at this stage of a game, John, or is it just all?
That's into the last minute of normal time.
Shetland corner, looks for number 8, McShane. He doesn't, but, oh, it's a goal! Goal for Shetland! Thomas Duncan! Travis Duncan, apologies. Travis Duncan gets equaliser. They're delighted with that. It's one each. Could see Shetland retain the Junior inter-county football. It was from a Shetland throw, Shetland corner. Orkney rose highest, but it fell Bonnie for number 18, Travis Duncan. He just thrashed it into the roof of the net. So Orkney just have 30 seconds plus stops to try and win this game. It's 1-1 going into stoppages. Disappointment for Orkney at this stage. I think hat-trick hounds down the Wiley at the back. He's still going with 80 minutes played. 6 is Jamieson. He turns, but he's robbed by Vendy. Vendy strides forward, looks for Bailey. Intercepted by Abeladze. Fergus Leslie new. Tackled by Bruce. Bruce has been impressive on this left-hand side. Back to Abeladze. Jamieson now. Shetland with our tails up as we go into injury time. It's a blue ball. No, it's a red ball by Cunningham. Cormac. So disappointing to concede a goal at this stage, John.
Very much so. Just the chances of taking
There's Kinghorn. There's not going to be much time to. There'll be quite a few subs, so there should be a few minutes, but we'll see what time gets added on. That's out by Wiley. It was a pity Orkney rose highest there, but it fell Bonnie for Duncan, and he no hesitation in the hammering the ball home. If you're from a Shetland persuasion, you might say they might be worth they've not been outclassed by any stretch of the imagination. They're probably a draw, maybe not an unfair reflection of the game, but for it to come so late and for Orkney to be so close to a first win since 8 years ago, it's a bit of dejection on the sidelines. In terms of the Stewart Cup, there'll be no move. Orkney will no move in the gap, I should say. Orkney will move on to 119. Shetland on to 99. Shetland move on to 100. So the 19 points will remain the difference. So an Orkney win or even a draw in the netball would be enough for to retain the Stewart Cup. In terms of the football, it's one each here. We are nearly 2 minutes into stoppage time. There's been, I think, 5 subs on both sides, so maybe be a couple more minutes yet. Here's Arvin. Looks for hat-trick. Can hat-trick get a shot away? He's crowded out by the Orkney defence. Swanee emerges with the ball, but he can only give it straight to a Shetland sharp, McShane. Hat-trick looks for 14. That's all of a sudden it's Orkney on the back foot. Just need to calm things down a pretty bit. Alex Scarth, square to Swanee. Swanee out to Russell. No, Orkney are on the attack. Ball gets held up a pretty bit. Russell goes deep, but it'll go all the way through to Stronach. And he shuffles it right to his right back. That's Abeladze. Abeladze up to 14, Leslie. It's an Orkney throw. Bailey. Because he got a tug on the arm. He does not. Here's Vendy. Vendy opens up for him. Can he get a shot away? He does! Wide. Just pockets of space starting to open up here and there, John.
Yes, a wee bit of that. I think it'll be getting a few tired lads there.
They look for Ewan Irving. That's a tough shift he's had on the left-hand side. He's been up and down that left-hand side like a train, but he keeps on going now. That's Wiley taking the throw. Looks for Vendy. Orkney throw. Can either side fashion one more chance? I think we're into the 4th minute of stoppages now, so Cunningham will no doubt be checking his time shortly. It'll go deep into Orkney territory here. Cooper would have loved to be left in the shield. Doesn't look like it's going to happen at this stage. They keep on working their way down that left-hand side, but right-hand side, but Orkney just not quite. Kinghorn lays it off for nobody in particular, and Henderson gets the throw. Scarth to Swanee. Swanee crowded out. Here, He gets a shot away, the Shetland goal scorer, but that one was never looking likely to go in. Adamson will go long. Looking for Kinghorn, the big imposing figure of Kyle Kinghorn. Ashton Bruce still working at this late stage, but it's a Shetland bye kick. Shetland could probably, as we tick towards the 85th minute here, of course we're just playing 40 each way. A lot of tired legs out there now, John. It's just starting to get a pretty bit scrappy.
Yes, it's kind of, after that goal, it's standard.
Yeah.
A wee bit. Alex made a difference occasionally there in the middle.
Yes, absolutely.
The ball.
Blue throw.
Throw is given the other way.
He's overruled his linesman. Cooper emerges with it. Bailey looks for Bruce, but Stronach gathers. Stronach certainly been one of the better performances in the Shetland shirt. He's dealt with everything, 3 or 4 really decent stops.
Yep.
Henderson at left back, the substitute. Looks for options further forward, gives it to McShane.
Ooh, big space, boys.
Swanee trots across to try and put a bit of pressure on. McShane looks for his right winger, number 18, Travis Duncan. Cunningham checks his watch. (1-1) here in the closing stages of the 75th anniversary football at the Junior Inter-County. Shetland have a throw right by the corner flags. So they Robert Adamson, the manager, just keeping everything right. Might see Orkney go a bit more direct if they get a chance to get their foot on the ball. Scarth keeps an eye on Hattrick. Here's Hattrick out to Abeledze. Oh, is that going to go for a Shetland corner? It doesn't. Cormac will come out with it. Cleared well. Cunningham checks his watch, and that is the final action. 1-1 is the full-time score here at the Bignell Park. That means Shetland retain the football trophy. 1-1, a real improvement from an Orkney sense. Disappointment, John, that they couldn't just quite see it through there. But the boys have to take credit for a really decent performance. And as we say, coming off the back of a 4-2 loss and a 4-0 loss the year before that, lots to build on there for the junior football side.
Yes, certainly I was saying a bit earlier there, I think it's the best junior team I've seen for a considerable number of years. So a pity they couldn't get through the winning line, but I think Colin McLeod is due to hand over the trophy.
Indeed, indeed. We shall keep an eye on that. I think we need to introduce him. Indeed, the usual handshakes are taking place. I've seen number 11, Josh Hattrick, must have gotten a bump to the nose just right at the end there. He's come off with a blooded nose, but we're 1-1 final score here at the Bignell Park, so nothing changes in terms of the overall standings for the Stewart Cup. Shetland retain the football, but we go into the final event, the netball will decide the Stewart Cup. Orkney have 119 points, Shetland have 100, so it will require a big performance from Shetland in netball for them to gather to regain the Stewart Cup. But A really decent performance by both teams. 1-1 the final score here. Thank you very much, John. Thank you, Keith. I must go and introduce Colin. Come here.